On a normal day, there are three radiomen that stood watches, so each one stood 2 4-hour watches during the day, and then the other 16 hours we had liberty to do whatever we wanted to do. We could read or so forth, except on Friday, and then everybody had field day Friday, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, and that's how we kept our ship clean.
So you would spend your watches in this room?
I stood my watches in this room, except when we were submerged, and then my watches were in the conning tower on the sonar.
Okay. When you were in the radio shack here, can you tell me a bit about some of the equipment and the normal things you would be doing?
We have a big transmitter that's out of your sight here, called a TBL, and we used it for all of our transmissions, and it was Morse code. It was CW, not voice. Later on they did modify it, and we could use voice. And then they had two receivers that are here. It looks like they have two more now. RAK and RAL models, one for the lower frequencies and one for the higher frequencies. We had a little LM that we used to set up the big transmitter with. We had to have exact frequencies when we set them up, and that would allow us to do that. And we had a small transmitter receiver that was, I don't quite remember what it was, but this is it right here. I can't even remember its designation. And we had the old communication typewriter, which has all capital block letters, and the numbers are all across the top rather than using an L for a 1 and so forth. And, our duties would be to copy any incoming messages and to send out any outgoing messages that might come in, and to keep the crypto equipment so that we could encode and decode traffic being sent and received, and we had to do that in here. We had a safe to keep publications that we kept by monthly, so that we could keep our classified information up to date. And outside of that, we had very little duties except our battle stations, which were not necessarily in here.
What was your battle station?
Well, this was one of my battle stations. I also had sonar as a battle stations when we were submerged, and I had lookout as a battle station in certain times, because my eyes were one of the best on the ship, so I did lookout duty.